Hey guys, it's SixthStarcraft bringing you Game 3 of the semifinals Set B from the Dogsi Open Monthly Tournament number 3 held in the Southeastern Asia server. A huge thanks to Dogsi and Renesis for putting out the money, and as we can see, Dogsi has left the game. He's that disappointed in us. As you can see, the map is Blistering Sands, and Schiznak has spawned as the yellow Zerg in the northern position, facing off against TAEdge, who spawned in the southern position. So far, the series has gone 2-0 in favor of Edge. One characteristic about this map that you must note are these destructible rocks. Normally in ZVZs, you don't really see them go down much early game. Normally they are a mid-game factor. Another thing to note is this small choke point in ZVZ, as there are no anti-air units except for those queens. It's very common just to place an overload over your opponent's choke point. A little note about Edge: these last few games we haven't seen him get metabolic boost, which is a bit uncanny in any Zerg play. He's elected not to get the geyser till quite late, and is in favor of early Zergling pressure. Both players have been electing to get 15 hatches instead of 14, which I find a bit strange, but I suppose in ZVZ you can get away with fitting in that extra drone, as normally if your opponent goes pull first, you can get your pull up in time to defend. It is currently 1 AM my time, so I just really wanted to finish this Series B, so I'm pretty tired, so sorry if the cast is a bit retarded, even though my cast is normally pretty retarded. So we do have the 15 hatch going down for Edge, and should be being a 15 hatch for Schiznak. Unfortunately, it gets blocked. Every second that Edge blocks this hatch is a second that his hatch gets a chance to go ahead. This forces Schiznak to put down a pull first, as he needs to spend that money in any way possible. Both drones in the red at the moment, so Edge doing a very good job of blocking the hatch. Is he going to try and delay this more? No, it looks like he's just going to try and save the drone. So the expansion does go down. However, Edge's expansion is already halfway done, and Edge already has his pull on the way. Extractor. We haven't seen Edge get an extractor before, so maybe this is a signal for metabolic boost or roach play, or maybe some banelings. One thing to note: if he does get banelings, it's pretty common, as they are immensely good against Zerglings and Speedlings. But the response really in ZVZ is for the opponent to also get a Baneling nest, and normally you get these really retarded Speedling, Baneling, Suicide Bomber sort of matches where you try and it's all about micro and maneuvering and positioning, and they can be pretty entertaining, really. So yeah, first queen coming down for Schiznak. The pull for Edge has just completed, and he is getting 2 queens, as he does have that extra base. So already his production is going to be way ahead of Schiznak's, as these 2 queens will be vomiting larva that much sooner than Schiznak's queens will be. Baneling nest going down for Edge, so hopefully we won't see a Baneling nest from Schiznak, although I do feel it is the correct response. So yeah, we're gonna pull off some drones to transfer to his newly found expansion, queen being thrown down. And we do have 6 Zerglings coming out for Edge. Gonna try and apply some early pressure. Metabolic boost does go down for Schiznak, and he does spot the Zerglings poking out of the base by that overload planted at Edge's expansion that you can see on the minimap right here. Spine Crawler going down. It should have been going down way earlier. This drone's just gonna get picked off if I pull up the unit tab. It is 20 drones to Schiznak versus 18 drones to Edge, 19 drones for Schiznak now. So Edge really does need to make this attack count, as he has sacrificed making drones for making Zerglings. 2 secret Banelings being made. Secret Banelings, what are you gonna do? While the rest of these Zerglings skirmish with Schiznak's forces and a queen. More lings being rallied, but these 2 Banelings are going to be finished. What are they going to do? They're going to take out about half of Schiznak's Zerglings. Edge is pulling back with his 4 lings, however he is currently fielding 18 of them. somewhere on the map, and as you can see, they are being rallied. The pack of majestic Zerglings coming out to back up their fellow four-legged creatures, I guess. Gonna pick off Schiznak's Zerglings before marching into the natural expansion. Morlings being rallied for Schiznak, hoping to hold this off. He really needs to put down a spine crawler or something, as these banelings are really gonna mess up his Schiznak's speedlings if he does catch them out of position. Sorry about the lag, guys. My fraps did cut out, and then my SC2 actually crashed. So as I was saying, a lot of speedlings and banelings being morphed in from Edge. Not sure why he's morphing in the banelings so close, but they are like proximity mines. It's a race to kill the baneling before it finishes morphing in, and it doesn't look like he's going to get there in time, so Schiznak wisely backs out. He really does need to get some static defense in here, though. Like a couple of spine crawls here at the choke would do wonders for him right now, as these banelings play a game of cat and speedling with Schiznak's forces as they do run around and try and pick up. Nope. They are going to go straight to Edge's main natural, it looks like. However, he does not have any static D, whereas Edge does have a spine crawler and a queen, as well as 12 Zerglings on the way. However, Schiznak only has 2 Zerglings on the way at his place. So it does look like Edge will have enough to clean this up. If we look back at his base, Morlings, his Edge's lings are still alive in his base. Just, well, putting on some pressure, I guess. Gonna pick off a couple of lings here as he does fight against the next production cycle. Gonna get choked on an awkward position on the ramp. None of the speedlings really doing their maximum amount of damage. One baneling gonna come in here, gonna try and get a good explosion off on the rest of these lings. Edge's lings wisely going to work on the natural expansion, waiting for those eggs to hatch. One speedling does manage to bait the baneling into taking out it. Only one Zergling. Oh, I'm so tired. If we look back at Edge's base, a ton of banelings, 10 banelings being morphed in, as well as 10 Zerglings being made. However, Schiznak's forces are going to poke in here, see the banelings morphing in, and wisely say, oh shit, and back out. So, yeah, what is being made at Schiznak's base? We have 3 roaches and a lair going down. I really don't think this is going to help. Teching in these situations are not going to help when your opponent can just out-produce you in terms of Zerglings. He needs to throw down another queen, a spine crawler, maybe try and get his natural back. But yeah, against this amount of banelings, it's not going to work. If I pull up the unit tab, they are neck and neck in economy. All the speedlings going down. There's now currently 23 Zerglings and 1 baneling against 1 roach and 1 queen. These Zerglings are going to come in here to the mineral line and try and pick off the queen, although most of them are very, very damaged. However, the next reinforcement wave of edges should be enough to clean this up. Roaches being made, drones being forced to fight for their lives, as these Zerglings are quite low on life, so Schiznak barely pulls it out. However, he is only on 5 drones, and he's not really going to be able to do anything at this point. I really think this is going to be a game. He should probably just call it now. Edge being forced to try and finish it off, pouring in more Zerglings just to pick off the drones to seal the win. It's now 3 harvesters to 18. And there's speedlings inside Schiznak's base just running around. Hey, Edge got his metabolic boost. I didn't notice that. My bad. 5 roaches for Schiznak against, well, against the economy really of Edge. He's comfortable to just wait and bide his time and mass up forces before marching in, I guess. Yeah, what is going on at his base? It doesn't look like he is doing much of anything, honestly. Oh, he's getting his own roach barn, right. Should actually be seeing another queen come out from his natural. I would like that very much. And we do have Lair going down as well as a larva spit, so keeping on top of his main letting his natural slip a little bit as, oh no, wait, that queen is in production now, so my mistake. But right now it is 4 drones to 23 drones, 1 base versus 2 base. Um, yeah, Edge is won, and Schiznak knows it and calls the game. So that is Edge taking out the series 3-0. He will proceed to the finals to face off against, spoiler alert, face off against the Terran Voices, who did proceed from set A. So join me in the finals to find out who will take home the $200, I believe, in prize money, and who will walk away with a measly $100.